Go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a Fireswarm Friday, and we're going to be covering a deck I have taken to calling Poisonswarm. Many thanks to Wizard of Light, aka Lionel Gustafson, here on YouTube for his help on Wednesday's video. It was great to have him. He's been kind of like a day one founding member of my Discord, so really grateful for all of his support. Hopefully I did well in the Duke of Dogs tourney. I'm streaming on Twitch on Tuesday night, so I haven't done the tourney yet. Here's hoping I do all right. Anyway, this is the Syndicate deck I brought to the tourney. It's fun. It's cool. I'm only going to be playing this if I make it into the back. Just here's the thing I'd say. So Lionel made some tweaks to his deck, which was based off of, the same Spyro deck that we had used before with my tweaks. So I basically took his deck and tweaked it with my tweaks again. So Mutants Maker's in here with Lonely Champion. He just really clutch for a long round to get maximum value, especially with Helvede and Von Hurst, depending on what you're going against. I found especially against like Kiki decks when that was really big a little while ago. It was really helpful just because those love long rounds, and you just need the time and the space for the points when there's no removal. But this has 2 Fizztecs and a Mutated Hounds, which gives you some coins, gives you some coin flexibility, also adds some crimes to the deck for Whoreson, and it gives you a poison, actually 3 poisons. So that's why we're calling this Poisonswarm. There's not a ton of poisons in here. You could sub out some of the other cards and add more. I find that this is usually enough. Fireswarm is just crazy points. Well, let's jump in, show you guys how this is going. And many thanks to those of you joining on Twitch. Charon Wu, always great to have you. It's nothing like listening to Twitch while you're at work or doing Twitch during work. But I digress. How my work's been just like a little bit slow, so I've been like saving up my lunchtime, starting my days early. Get some time to stream as much as I can because it's always fun hanging out with you guys. Alright, so we do have a full poison package here against Pirates Cove. That's probably pretty nice. Pirates Cove is weird. I hate it. I think it's dumb, but people continue to use it, so we'll play with it. Cleric of the Flaming Rose is fine here. I don't love him. I actually think we're going to try to pressure here with Whoreson. I'd like to get... Well, we have Diaz and Ferco plus Excommunication, so I actually really like our options here. Roderick is nice as well. I really like Roderick and Von Hurst when I'm on blue coin because I can boost them up with Crystal Skull. Really valuable. Adriano coming down for nothing. Alright. I don't even really know how to respond to that. We're going to start here with Roderick. Just get some coins clicking in our pouches. But he basically makes it so you can go up 2 leader charges and then bring down Whoreson. That works really nicely. Alright, so they have a bomb in their hand. I clearly have no idea what it is. Okay, so for our crimes, the smuggles work really well. We are going to get Whoreson going here. Just because he's a good value.
Remove his cowl, then his ears. The child's scars
Obviously, they have a bomb, so Northern Wind or something like that could be problematic. But there's not a whole bunch we can do about that, and just delaying it is just going to continue delaying the inevitable. Roderick keeps clicking here, so that's fine with us. Again, that wouldn't have been my preferred outcome, but here we can actually trade Mutated Hounds and this Fizztech onto this Adriano for some good value. We'll wait one more turn before making that decision, though. Here we'll start with Smuggle. Just a good Intimidate proc there, so Whoreson goes up by 1, and then the Cut Up Lackey does 1 damage as well. just have to wonder if the opponent is trying to go for like a bombs synergy. I otherwise have no idea what they're doing. So they are able to remove both cut up lackeys. I'm happy with the trades though. We're gonna go ahead and get Von Hurst out.
A flour, a quarter of bistec, and a course.
Yes, you.
This is a good
Have
engine.
you made your offering?
And as things are going currently, I'd like to keep Fallen Knight if possible, just in case I get Ulrich and I miss the other Fallen Knight. This is terribly strange to me. But here we get the Fireswarm Zealot, so we're able to use Excommunication, banish that unit. And then we're gonna go for Smuggle. Starting to wonder if we're gonna see like a Dragon's Dream, maybe.
Remove his cowl, then his ear.
But at this point, it'd be really slow for the opponent to do. We'd just go ahead and take the pass. And they'd have to go down to 3 cards. Triss at best plays for like 8 points here with this Moon Dust. So yeah, we're just gonna take the pass. We are over on coins, which is a little unfortunate, but not a big deal. Yeah, I think they're just working on some bomb stuff. I don't know. I think people are just trying to make seasonal progress. I've seen weirder things. I just can't remember when. Alright, well, once in a while you queue into a really weird deck. We always keep the footage so you guys know what's real. It's hard to know how to play around people being super weird. That's life. Hard to know what to do when other people do weird things. Full stop. Alright, Symbiosis. Probably non-devotion, probably running Heat Wave, probably gonna murder our people. I don't know. Lonely Champion's not so great round 1. He's like good in a long round 3. I do like Mutant's Maker here. It's nice with Horsun. We don't have the double for the poison, so we're gonna put that one back. We could have grabbed the other one with Furco, but it's like so many coins. We don't have that many spenders this round. Probably better in a long, like a long round 3. Alessandra Broccolon. There's nothing I can do to protect Roderick, and I don't really care all that much. But first we'll start with Mutant Maker. And we'll get them in different rows, that way we have some options. We did miss Ulrich again, and we missed Von Hurst this time. If we get him to play something juicy next to Dunka, then Tavern Brawl looks pretty nice this round, just to kind of put her out. Otherwise, this deck can play long rounds, it can play short rounds, just depending on what they play next. We may just try to get out of this round on 3 cards. And carry over some coins. Out comes Fauve. Call of Harmony onto Hamadryad.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection from.
Alright, very interesting. Yeah, not a lot we can do here, so I think what we're gonna do is just go ahead. We do need Diaz at some point. But this round I think we're just going to go with... well, you know, we have some good crimes. We might as well start with Horsun. Oh, always tough choices to make. Actually, we're gonna go with Fallen Knight and then proc 2. So he'll go to 6, which either forces a Keck Slide or a Heat Wave. I doubt the opponent is carrying both, although stupid good luck has existed in the past. No reason it can't exist now. But we have Sino Nero, so I already know it's non-devotion. But this way, if the opponent opts not to kill the Fallen Knight, we can go ahead and get some value from Congregation, Smuggle, etc. If the opponent does decide to trade off this Fallen Knight, you can still get some decent tempo out of Whoreson onto these Congregates. And trade some value with some of these other cards as well. You might go for the kill here with Dunka. No, opts not to. So, well, that being the case, we're just going to go ahead and get out Whoreson here. Mostly because this kind of skewers the opponent. They now have to choose between targets. Well, Congregation and Excommunication develop some good points for us. But if I was to pick a deck I don't want to go against, Scoia'tael Non-Devotion is probably it. Just hard to get your units to stick. At the same time, though, there's only so much removal in the deck. I know it does feel like it's eternal, because it kind of is. This is a very strange play. Circle of Life now. I'm happy with this trade on Dunka. Dunka had to use her ability in order to stay in this match. So we're just going to use Congregation here. Boosts the Intimidate engines, does 1 damage, gets us ahead of the opponent. And they're no longer ticking with those boosts, with those hand boosts. So I'm pretty happy about that outcome. Insofar as coins go, I don't really care a whole lot about most of them this game. We don't run Bloody Good Fun. I just found it was usually falling flat. You can sub that in if you want it. Again, I just don't think it's all that great. Force Protector coming down here, likely to remove this Fallen Knight. That does leave Cut Up Lackey, and it just makes it so we're not going to use Sacred Flame this round, and that's fine. Now, I do really like Excommunication. Those of you who have seen me know I love this, so I do have to get rid of a card, but I do get one of the top 3 cards from my deck, and we are going to go for... Let's go for Diaz. And we do want the Death Blow because 2 of our cards are not Fireswarm. And we close the gap a little bit there. We don't have any good spenders out. We do get Diaz Eerie. We do get Diaz out of the way. We're going to get it back for a future round. I was really tempted there to go for Mutated Hounds. Biggest reason I didn't is this Hamadryad really does want those Purifies. She's more than happy to take those at this point. If she had a bunch of Vitality on her, it would be a tempting prospect. Yeah, I mean, here we go. Dryad's Crest, just like that. Tavern Brawl just really not looking to be all that helpful right now. We're gonna go ahead and go with a Smuggle just for the points. And procs of damage. We get a boost here on Whoreson. And the Hamadryad is going to take the opponent up to 39. I know, but he doesn't know. We don't have a way out of this. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any great spenders right now. Oh, Oh, maybe he did know. Okay. Well, Tavern Brawl doesn't play really well with any of these, except for maybe this one. It goes down to 4, so that plays for 7 points. We get 1 boost and 1 damage, but it's just would be just enough with our leader ability. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Oh, it's not enough with leader ability. Oh, not all of us can be geniuses. Alright.
Lean not your hand upon me. Sword of the order. Flaming road.
That's unfortunate, friends. Didn't make the best choices there. I'd miscalculated my math by 2 points. Do your maths. So this is a good poison package altogether. I'm gonna just kind of call it good. Obviously bleeding out the opponent would be a helpful strategy, but I don't love what I have. And I'm happy to just carry over only 1 coin. The opponent will get last say, and we'll have 1 fewer cards, so. That's what happens when you don't do your math. Do your maths! I have a cool new emote in Twitch. Come, stop by, check it out. Lonely Champion's not going to be great here, because we're already full. And we really don't need this Phys Tech. Now we get skewered with Ulrich having no good grabs. So that's why you don't want to play your Fallen Knights round 1s, my friend. We missed Vivaldi Bank, we missed Procession, we missed Von Hurst, and we missed Helvede. So this game is all but over for us. Yeah, not a whole lot we can do, to be honest. So at this point, I probably want to get Jacques out. Cake Slide is problematic, but at least I get passive coins with him. I am going to play Smuggle first, just so we can boost him around. Keck Slide, Becker's Rock Slide, for those of you who aren't familiar.
Never ever whistle in a mic. I'm a my shore.
But unfortunate gameplay for me. I did not make good choices round 1. Also didn't get the best draws. So one of the weird things with excommunication too. So you guys might remember me playing this. I did see Vivaldi. Like the top 3 cards from your deck and play one of them instead. So those ones do theoretically go back, but it hasn't always worked for me. So had we played Vivaldi Bank, we could have gotten one like Diazirie for free, and it would have done some decent thinning to our deck. But considering that we never actually drew the card, it didn't really matter, and I would have rather saved it for this last round in the hopes of seeing something a little bit more useful.
I must act, no matter.
So we'll go for Jacques, and we're just going to boost him to 9. I don't want him going too high, because I don't want him to become like an automatic target for Heat Wave. Again, this Phys Tech being our premier choice of cards to spend on. Heat Wave does come down onto Jacques. It is a good trade here, considering he's our only spender. But it is what it is. We are where we are. We'll go ahead and use Sacred Flame here. Now that Heat Wave's gone, we don't have to worry about protecting it otherwise. We're clearly not going to use it till we're ready. But Congregation and Ulrich are really the only 2 cards that need to happen before it goes down. And again, Ulrich just plays a bronze copy of a Fireswarm unit from your hand. Since we don't have one, he is just a 3.2 armor Intimidate engine. That's going to get up to 6 points with right now. So really not great. Not my favorite cup of tea. We're still just waiting on these poisons. Waiting for the opponent to play something. They've already played Cove. They've already played Force Protector. So they might have one more of these Dryad's Caresses. We are going to play Ulrich here.
If we're to murder and pillage to survive, then so be it.
We're not going to proc anything quite yet. Our only hope now is that the opponent had worse draws than we did. But this volunteer is going to get up to a decent girthy size, if you will. Alright, Tempering coming down onto the Treant. Interesting. We're going to go for Congregation here.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Just because of value, we're going to play this now.
Have you made your offering?
We don't have any way of converting. Obviously, he doesn't know that. But I don't really want anybody getting removed. So this is going to boost all Fireswarm units. Again, we don't have any more of them. Well, we'll hold on one more turn. It's greater than 0% chance he makes some kind of misplay or improper or ill-timed play. There's Dryad's Caress. That's what we've been looking for. No Dryads in play, so it's just playing for 3 points of boost. Yeah, I mean, there are no other crimes for us to grab here other than these Fizztechs, so. And this Mahakam Volunteer still looking like our best option. Now, Furco is the one card that's not Fireswarm, so Deathblow onto a 2-point unit would be a reasonable trade. But the poisons here potentially going to come in clutch. 14-point play. We might see Elias here coming down onto the... Oh, no. So he does go for the boost here to play around Diaz. Excellently timed Mutated Hound. And we are missing that spender. Jacques was, again, the great spender. Although, in terms of points... Sacred Flame is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points. Furco doesn't count. So we will get 10. So Jacques was actually a better target. The opponent didn't know what we had, but it turned out being true. Kind of a poor trade there. Only 4 for 1, but that's fine. So here we're going to go ahead and proc Sacred Flame. And then we're just going to target a 4-point character, as we mentioned before. Oh, I guess we have 2 of them now, so I guess it's worthwhile either way. So we're just going to bulk up our units. And we'll just have to see. I'm guessing this is going to be the second half of Oniro onto Gord. Opponent kind of getting all their draws. Imagine what we could have done if I did my math. We would have had last say. But Girthy Gord coming down. Won that one for the ages. We'll get into one more game that's normal and where I make better math choices. But thank you again for all of you on Twitch. Having a fun time playing with you guys. You're gonna have to get off for a hot minute to take a call for work at 4:30. But you know, that's what real life is.
Close ranks!
Alright. So I made the mistake of putting Jacques into my deck only to have it called out by Goliath before, so don't do that. Procession of Penance is obviously a better target for that. We do have Ulrich, Fallen Knight, with Helvede, with Excommunication, and Furco. Furco is going to be grabbing Diaz, so we're going to put that back. I'm pretty happy with everything else we have going on here. We do get some kind of like weird boosting that happens with this deck. So Revenants is kind of slow against it. But this Revenant's control deck is one of the better control decks that Northern Realms has right now. The Dueling Knights are great. They do a lot of big, tall removal. Really great against Scoia'tael. But that's about it. Oh, jeez. Alright, here we're going to go ahead and go for... Oh, Roderick's just not useful to us at all in this situation. Go for Mutant Maker. I anticipate the opponent's going to be a little greedy here. They'll go for the Revenant Death Blow on the Mutant Maker. We'll just have to see. Alright, Ronvid's a good play. Get him back. He is incessant. I'll certainly give him that. Alright, we'll go for Roderick here. Oh, we don't really have a spender though. I mean, we have Helvide. Never mind. Take that back. This is great. This is good. We do want to play Helvide by the time we get to 5, so we'll probably go Fallen Knight, Ulrich, and with Helvide. That is if Roderick survives, and I kind of don't think he will. Opponent thinking long and hard about easy plays. Here going after Mutant Maker, like I anticipated. Forbidden Magic coming down. Telling me they don't have a way of dealing with a 5-point character as of right now. So here we'll go for Ulrich and the Fallen Knight. This also plays around Philippa a little bit. Philippa being the case, I'm actually really tempted to go for the Roderick flip here. But because it is points going forward, we're going to just sit on that for a little minute. Wondering why Royal Guards is coming out. But here we're going to go for Helvide.
Black Cat, hook-nosed, prominent wart, a witch,
Remove
no
his
doubt
cowl,
about it.
then his ears.
Maximizing value out of him. I have a strong sense that he's going to get removed in the very near future. But this sets up nicely both for Sacred Flame and for Excommunication, as well as for Dies Irae. So we get a few options there. And then this next turn we can go ahead and pop Roderick with another Fallen Knight if we want to. We're just going to have to wait to see what the opponent goes for. This removal is quite valuable, obviously. To the opponent, Fireswarm Zealots are kind of easy bait. Amphibious Assault coming down for Ballista. It's a strange choice. They do get the single damage here, and they can get some setup for some damage later on. Obviously, this Revenant is very valuable to the opponent, so they're taking some time to protect that. We're going to go ahead and go for Excommunication here onto one of these Zealots.
I curse your name, I damn your soul.
We'll go for Vivaldi, actually. Just because last time we got burned by not going for Vivaldi. And Smuggle is a lot of points for us here. I would like to draw into this Fallen Knight and play him in a later round. Fortunately, everything gets like shuffled back in, right? So.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
Lonely Champion would have been a good way to get around this as well. Just because it would consume all of these guys into him, and he has immunity, so he can't be touched. is what it is. Bloody Baron now being kind of the biggest fear that I have. But one of these next Revenants is going to come down at 3 points, and we're going to just go ahead and remove that using Diaz and boosting everybody. So we kind of just have to play until we can get that far. Falibor really annoying here. Plays for 11 points. So really great play. This sets up well for us. Yeah, I think we're just going to go for maximum value here.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Belly or throat? Got a preference?
Gets us some nice boost. And removes the working Revenants. The opponent needing to set up for that value on kill. So I'm pretty happy with things. Opponent setting up for the death blow here with Ballista. Offering is one option. Squirrel going for the banish on the Diaz. Which is normally not a terrible choice, but in this case it really is. Obviously it's worth a lot of value to me going forward, but here I can just go ahead and take the pass. The opponent has to go down by 2 points. And the Curse of Corruption has to come out to clinch the win, which saves me from troubles later on. So I'm pretty happy with this. Don't know how much value we're going to get out of poisons this game. I'm a little happier with this. This is a great combo. Tavern Brawl could be helpful, but probably won't be if we're honest with ourselves. Here we're just going to go for Cleric of the Flaming Rose, and we're going to save the tribute, which gives us 1 coin for the next round. That way the smuggle gets us some really good value. Curse of Corruption finding its way into a lot of decks these days, but really dangerous 9 provision cost card to carry. You never know where that's going to end up. Procession of Penance looking nice. Again, Fizztech not all that helpful. Not all that helpful. Horson Senior looking very, very good. Now Fallen Knight, I basically can just go ahead and get him down and use all 3 leader charges here.
Don't think this short toy.
Just want to get him as far and away from removal as possible. Also sets up really nicely for Horson Senior. Which, if the opponent damages one of these down to 1, say using a Ballista, that actually sets up really nicely for us for point conversion. So something the opponent really does need to think about. And we do have just so many ways of boosting our units here. I anticipate he's coming down. Oh, Redanian Archer. Getting a double Archer here.
The king! For control the honor!
Again, this works well for us.
I love them to death.
Ronvid is incredibly lucky for the opponent to have gotten here. I'm actually a little bit annoyed about it, given Tavern Brawl. We only have a couple of crimes, so these guys getting removed is going to be annoying, but not the end of the world. Obviously, this Ronvid kill would have been really helpful. Can't get everything you want. Here, we're actually going to just go Tavern Brawl. Removes that armor off of this Archer, and it kills that Revenant. Plus, we get the Intimidate procs. And we're fine to play that. It's not a Fireswarm card. We do want to get Jacques out to get full value from some of these other Fireswarm cards. But we'll go for Smuggle first, and then get down Von Hurst so that we get another ticking engine.
There are things in the universe of which even the sages have not dreamt.
Oh, obviously Shielded Mauler is annoying. What are you gonna do? And of course the 1 damage procs against the shield. Oh! Can't get no love these days, man. Would have been really helpful to proc off this this armor here, this archer continuing to just loom large and cause issues. The opponent needs to start developing their revenants sooner than later if they want to get full value. Otherwise, you're going to run into a lot of problems. We have a lot of point slam coming here. Here comes that revenant.
For the king!
Our opponent just trying to set up as much value here as possible. We're going to go ahead and use this card just so we can hope, pray, wish, whatever it might be, that we knock off this 1 armor before that cut up lackey dies. And we get it. So I might have hit a couple of shields. This is round 3, by the way. Thanks for joining, Lionel. Good to see you. Yeah, he got super lucky with Ronvid coming between. But we were able to get off the armor, so I think we have some flexibility there. That should make it. And he opts for the damage for some unknown reason. I guess he's just trying to go to finish these off. That being the case, I think actually we're gonna be a little bit weird here and go for Sacred Flame. Yeah, Von Hurst is most value over time. We'll go for Von Hurst first. Then we'll go for Jacques, then we can go for Sacred Flame. We'll get enough coins that we can kind of convert these guys. So Von Hurst threatens him in a couple of different ways. That's kind of like the easiest low-hanging fruit for us. Go ahead and take it. But he only has 1 Revenant working. We were able to dispose of the other ones.
Hover now. Ask questions later.
We can kind of fill up this front row here.
The ideal lies not.
We still want that tribute on Fallen Knight. I don't think we've seen Heatwave yet. So Heatwave still looms large with this Fallen Knight. So we could have converted that. I'm not feeling a lot of anxiety at this point about my numbers of units. We do need to get out Sacred Flame. The opponent here going for using Egmont to proc this damage on Flaming Rose Footman. Perhaps they have Offering. Heatwave now coming down against Fallen Knight. We anticipated that as a possibility.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
We're still very much in this game. Hey, this guy has problems here. Yeah, I mean he's gonna go ahead and get this removal now. He keeps making this mistake of building into things prematurely. This Egmont could have waited 1 more turn to get 1 more point. But I think we're gonna win handily here. Philippa coming down. She would have been most problematic on the Jacques, since Jacques represents most value for us, but we'll let him know that was a bad move. But here we get Procession coming down for the full 12 points. And then Jacques represents the most value, especially since we don't have our friend anymore. And I already pulled Sacred Flame, so transforming any of those would have lost this value. But anyway, there you go. Very fun deck. That's how it works when it works properly. Revenants is a great deck for control, but I think, like you just saw, this deck just has so much upside and so many cards that can play so well. And we even missed that second Fallen Knight. So first round was just because of Ulrich. This round we only had one. So, but thank you so much for joining on YouTube. For those of you on Twitch, hang around. We'll have some more debrief. And until next time, good luck on the path. Get out there. Keep on going.